Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'll be talking about this Nillkin bumper combo keyboard case. Nillkin makes quite a number of keyboard cases. This Nillkin combo keyboard case is held down together with two snap buttons. So you can remove the buttons that are held down quite firmly, so it gives quite a bit of strength. And there you have it. Now you have the keyboard case separated from the keyboard itself, which then allows you to use this keyboard in both the landscape orientation and portrait orientation. So if I'm using this keyboard to type in portrait orientation, then I'll place it something like that. And you can see that it will stay nice and firm that way. And if I use it in landscape orientation, there's literally no limit to the angle that I can use the iPad in when I'm typing and doing word processing. This keyboard case is built very well. It's 3 times cheaper than an Apple Magic Keyboard and about 20% cheaper than the ESR keyboard case that I recently reviewed. I like this a lot. There's a lot to like about it. Unlike the Apple and ESR options, this keyboard case comes with really good chassis protection all around. And I've dropped this iPad already, and I can share personally that the all-around protection is outstanding. Whereas if you're using the Apple Magic Keyboard or the ESR case, then the iPad is pretty much naked, and if you drop it, highly likely it's going to damage your iPad. Very strong, durable material, I have to say. This keyboard surprised the heck out of me. How were they able to achieve such premium quality, especially with the keyboard keycaps and the keyboard switches at this price? Manufacturing has come a long way in China, or more specifically in this case, Shenzhen. Nillkin is unashamedly a brand directly from China, so it's not designed somewhere else and manufactured in China. It is actually designed in China, in Shenzhen. The packaging that came with the case feels very premium, just like the case itself. I think there are some design flaws to this keyboard case, however, such as the material used on the inside of this keyboard case. I've only used it for about 24 hours and I'm already seeing wear and tear on the corners of the keyboard case, like here and here. So I've been forced to reinforce these two corners with super glue, and if you're OCD, then this is probably going to start to bother you very quickly. So that's quite disappointing in terms of the design. The keyboard case is detachable, which allows for a lot of versatility in using this keyboard case compared to the Apple Magic Keyboard and even the ESR keyboard case. It's a bit thicker than the ESR keyboard, but not excessively. I've used the Logitech keyboard cases and those are annoyingly thick. Is this case for you? Well, once again, I wish that the material on the inside of the keyboard was more resilient. With it already wearing out so quickly, it is quite disappointing, but I can already see how I can reinforce and modify the corners of this keyboard case so that it will last a little bit longer. The trackpad is situated a little bit too close to the spacebar, in my opinion. So you can see that the trackpad is right up against the spacebar, and because of that, while you're typing, frequently the cursor does shift you to different parts of the document unintentionally. The other thing I wanted to mention about the kickstand is that it is slightly unintuitive because you fold it down from the top, and frequently I find that I would try to fold something up from the bottom, but the kickstand is not actually there. It folds from the top downwards. I will probably get used to it. The design is more flexible than the ESR keyboard and the Apple Magic Keyboard, retaining all of the useful configurations that you would expect from a tablet while offering overall protection around the case. These use cases would be reading a book, watching a movie, getting around websites. The keyboard mode is great for word processing and getting general work done on a table, but also on your lap. The keycaps and low-profile keyboard switches are an absolute star for the price that you're paying for, with satisfying and assuring clicks and feedback when typing. The overall all-round protection offers the best damage protection compared to the Apple Magic Keyboard case and even some of the ESR keyboard cases. Even with the keyboard case protection, this Nillkin keyboard comes off, as I mentioned, relatively thin. It doesn't feel thick at all. The case durometer is made out of a hard material, which is fantastic. Frequently, if the material used is too cheap and soft, you'll find that it doesn't hold the iPad in position firmly enough. And because of that, it may affect your screen protector if you have one, especially the soft kind of screen protector. So I'm glad to say that this keyboard case holds the iPad in place very well. The trackpad is responsive and made out of a hard matte material that is resistant to fingertip oils, grease and sweat. The keycaps, on the other hand, are a grease magnet. They're slightly harder in terms of the durometer compared to the keycaps on the ASR keyboards. This case isn't perfect, but for the price, it's hard not to recommend it. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Signing out.